Sairam to everyone who is the beneficiary of this video and who is listening to everyone here. And firstly, I would like to invoke his presence, and I dedicate each effort at Swami's lotus feet because he's Sai Krishna, and I really have a very tremendous faith in him. And this has some reasons, so I would like to give a kind of brief about my life, how he has touched my heart, and in different scenarios, he has saved me or helped me, and so on. So I would like to start how I got to know about Swami and how he was gracious enough to include me in his family. So this was a fine day in my 10th standard, and we had already appeared for pre-board. And obviously, I don't know about all the children, but I was having some kind of average interest for into my studies. So when I appeared for exams, and I was like more into what is next in my academic field. So there I got to know from one of my friend who was applying for this institute, which was in Bangalore. I mean Puttaparthi. So I was quite interested because I was very much interested in such hostel life and some kind of building your own self away from home by your own self, by putting your own efforts, learning things, learning new people, and so on. So when I heard about him that he is applying for institute, and I remember that he has said that only I mean people who score very good marks can just get into such this institution. So I was a little kind of dejected by myself that I had scored around 75 or 70% in my pre-board. So then still I just came with a dejected heart. I reached home and I literally slept on my mother's lap without telling her reason what was the reason of my sadness. So that was the moment I just left that only some people get such chances, because at that moment that life I wanted, that life, hostel life, and I actually wished for the same. So that was the incident of one fine day, and I just forgot. And they like after 4 days, my maternal uncle, my mamaji, who is a very unusual visitor, because he generally doesn't come often, but he just dropped in that day, that evening, and and you can see the series of event how it all happened. So he had a diary, and the diary was having Swami's picture on the front, and the same picture I saw in one of the sheets in prospectus held by my friend in my school. So I happened to just jump out of seat and asked him, "What is this dairy, and do we have a school or related to this institution?" He said, "Yes." "How come you're so interested?" I said, I would like to apply for this institute." And he said, "Are you sure?" I said, "Yes, I am very much sure." And I had uh, even convinced my mother, and that's how uh, that's how the thing had started. And when I applied for it, and my friend was kind of surprised seeing me, after we had joined the institute there. And that's how my journey started with the uh, inclusion into Swami's family. So that was starting. And there, after reaching there, I just noticed it was a regular college. Apart from the Swami's exceptional, Supravatam and all these exercises and schedule, the spiritual schedule. So I just found normal school, but it took time for me to befriend, befriend the climate, weather, atmosphere, the environment there. So I was kind of a very small kid or heart who was actually looking for to be connected with Swami. So that was taking a bit time. So there was one incident which happened and which actually turned everything into the opposite direction. Till then, I was actually in confusion why I have come here. That's fine, but what's the objective? Ahead. So this one incident which actually opened my all kind of open you can say kind of it actually opened way for a whole life and changed my thinking totally. So this happened that we used to go for darshan in Swami's school, And after the bell rang, we had to run and take our own spots in the line so that we can go for darshan. So, and it used to be very, very special and very peculiar about our batch, that as bell rang, we all had come from Mumbai, Delhi, and some are from Japan and different places. So, as bell rang, we all used to just run and zoom and stand in the lines of darshan, which used to, at a particular time, it will start from there to Mandir. So when I just ran and came there, we have an understanding and a guidance there that we need to be properly groomed and shaven while we go for darshan in front of Swami. So there, when I just came and my beard had little grew that time. So I was just trying to hide that somehow I was just got a second position in the line and I'll be sitting in the front in the particular 11th standard block. So I was quite excited, but to my utter amazement, I saw Venkateshwar sir just behind me. He said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Standing for the darshan line and it will be leaving in few minutes." He said, "It's a very good, I mean, surprising news for everyone, but not for you, because you need to actually go and get yourself groomed and then come back. So if you come back in time, you will be getting a place. Else, you won't be getting a place." So that was quite dejecting for me, and I just went back and did the core. I mean, did the required thing and just came back. So in between this incident, what had happened last the previous night, I had actually written a proper, because that was the August month and there was the Friendship Day, and for the first time I started putting some kind of small steps towards my faith, towards strengthening it, and I was actually having that aura around. I was getting that peace. So I wrote a letter and I beautified it, and whole night I just I mean, the very specific thing about my letter was I wrote, "I love you, Sai Krishna." That's it, on whole front page of my letter, and then I wrapped it up and then I beautified it and just wrote from Mohit Sai. So that was my whole effort, and that's what I was like. That was the first step of my seeking the friendship, the, you can say, the eternal friendship with him. So I just wrote it and kept it in my notebook. So as you saw in that particular episode that I was sent back, so I was actually holding the notebook till then, till then. So when I just went back and got myself groomed and came out. So in this whole gap, I had left or forgotten the notebook there itself, in which letter I was carrying the letter. So I just came and ran towards the darshan mandir for darshan. So I knew there are a few minutes gap that I might be capitalizing before Swami has arrived there. So I just ran and entered. They checked, they at the checking gate, they frisk and they just check any kind of metal you're carrying or something. I just got myself checked and just ran and sat in the seat. Luckily, Venkateshwar Sir had told that this person will be coming, keep the place for the boy. So I just sat there, and then Swami came and Swami passed by. And when he was just approaching me, few feet away, I just looked for the notebook. I had actually forgotten it. So I literally had a kind of droplets in my eyes of tears. And I really felt that, happy friendship day. Only through my, inner voice, I just wished him, and that's what he just passed. So I just felt that might be I am still not worthy of requesting Swami for his friendship, and I just left the thought there itself. But what had happened to my what made me bewildered? No, after a week or so, when Swami was just passing by, he was in the chair. So the boys who were around there, they were going, and I was sitting in the second line. So I was just sitting in second line. Generally, what understanding we have, if you're sitting in second line, you won't be able to easily communicate or talk to someone. So obviously, leaving all the expectation behind, I was sitting in second line, and then suddenly, what I saw, I was very, you can say, with a feeling and with a love-filled heart, I was looking at Swami. I imagined that Swami called me through the eye contact. It's like that. I did not believe it, But then the boy behind Swami, who was taking Swami, through that way, he called me. He called me. So I just, collected all kind of strength, and then I stepped out. I said, "Yes, Swami." So he said, "Just two things. Card, card." I was like, "Swami, which card? Friendship card?" And I was like, I started shivering there itself, and I can really feel the goosebumps right now also. So I said, "Swami, बनाया था नहीं लाया." Swami said, "लाया, notebook में लेके आओ." And when I saw, like just saw where I was sitting, so that was the same notebook, and I didn't know that the card was into that. So I was like, it was. Uh, I just started almost, my eyes were watering, and I just went back and just took the card and just offered it to Swami. He said, "No, friend." So it was like a confirmation that, even though it might be the smallest of all our wishes, but when you have a true connect with him, so you can actually he reaches out to you, not you. So that day my friendship was confirmed, and I was like, I was really liberated, kind of. I was feeling like as if I were liberated, because something which was 1 week back I had forgotten, and he had fulfilled the dream of connecting me as a friend. So from then onward, from that moment onwards until date, might be everyone does that, or I feel special about myself, might be this way. I have a chattering with him. So my mind keeps talking to him whether you have done this, is it for a betterment or is it for screwing me? So if it was screwing me, what's good for it? So I try to pick all kind of positives and try to better myself each moment. So may it be in professional field or a private, personal life. So it's all very much educating. So that's how he showed that he is really a Bhakta Sakha and a true friend. So after this, there was an incident, because these series of incident only built such a kind of faith in me, and I have a lifelong connect with him. That kind of listening, that kind of connect and feel will be always be remain. So there was a moment when we, as a family, were facing some kind of financial crisis. So just for sharing with our Sai family here, that my father was facing a kidney ailment, and that time the siblings were, like me and my sister were into Swami's institution, and me and my sister are twins. So we were into Swami's institution for our undergraduation, and my elder brother, who was my elder brother and mother, who were toiling for keeping my father's health up to, up to good state. So they were having a my brother was a in, my brother was a initially, like he has started his professional life, so he was making good for himself, but thing was this, due to this ailment, we were actually trying to, whatever best we can. So my mother and my brother were trying their best to get, resources and medical facilities to my father. So that was a very very time of crunch. We were facing issues, and we were like students, and we could not contribute to anything to the family. So I used to pray. I used to pray to Swami that, things go well, and my brother gets better opportunities. So, we can, even though we are far, we can feel that, things are going well with my father and family. So this was an incident that he had written. My brother had appeared for a BTech examination, and once you clear that examination, you will be allotted some colleges, a diploma. So you'll be allotted some colleges, and you will be getting into it. And we are praying for that, for whatever limited resource we have. If we need to pay also, we should get a good college for my brother. So I was just told that, Mohit, just pray, because tomorrow the results will be announced. So I was like, it's quite. I was excited that the things will be done. Mama, don't worry, Swami will take care. So I was sitting in darshan, And needless to say, any student, any small boy of 11th might obviously express to Swami that there is such and such thing, that please help us. So I had written my letter, just one sentence. As I said, I love you, Swami, and just in one corner I had written that please help my brother get a BTech seat in a good college. So DTU that time, DC, that is Delhi College of Engineering, was a quite well popular known college, and right now also it is very well known for some studies in BTech. So as the results were announced, and yeah, in the darshan, what had happened was Swami came by, I mean passed by me. He already passed by me, and I mean 2 3 steps away. Then he looked back at me. He said, "Letter love." I was like, oh, in that, I know, in that Haribari, I just handed the letter to him. He said, ho jayega. I was like, wow, it's like it's Swami's. I offered the letter to Swami, and he just does what I wanted. I was like in seventh heaven that it's done. I was so excited to go reach home. I mean, reach hostel and call back the family, call up the family and inform them. So while I was calling them, while I just connected with them through phone call, I get a sad news that Mohit, up to 40th rank, uh, they have the students have been selected for the particular course in DC, but your brother is 45th rank or 48th rank somewhere. So he's like not able to get the college. I was dumbstruck. I said no. He has said there might be a reason. Swami has said that there might be a reason. I said I'm gonna wait for some time. Mother told no, Mohit, it's already 48th rank. Already seats have been allotted, and they have been mails issued, as they had confirmed with the administration of the so administration of the college. So that time, what happened? Whole night I was just sitting with the folded hand in front of Swami's photo in our room. I was just thinking that why he has mentioned this, and there might be obviously some mysterious ways things are done by him. So I just again to while I was retiring for the day, I just submitted or surrendered that might be you have your own way. So just take care, dedicating even this at your lotus feet. So that's how I just ended the day. 3 4 days passed by, and all these 3 4 days, Swami is looking at me. He's not taking letter from me. He's looking at me. He's kind of telling me, just hold on, be there. I'll take care. That kind of caring look he was giving, and I was like feeling that yeah, it's he's affirming me daily. So Mohit, be little less anxious. So I could hold on to that. I just said okay, that's fine. He's giving me look, and that's the kind of nectar I'm actually uh, happy about daily. So that was the thing. After a week or so, my mother called me up, and she was into tears, and she just said that bhaiya ko seat mil gaya. Then I was obviously overjoyed, but I was like, mommy, how it could happen? Then she gave an explanation what was given by the administration of the college to her, that Madam Suni, there were 8 people before your son. I mean, because he was 48th rank, and up to 40th rank, they were being considered. So that one day before, prior to she was informed, 4 students dropped because they had got some other college, and some more students could not pay fees in time, so their rank also were dropped, their seat also were dropped. So that 8 slot suddenly getting cancelled, or my brother getting the last rank at least to get into the college. So even though it might look a kind of incident which happened by chance, but I knew 1 week uh, back itself that things will be happening. So that day also I again felt that something had happened out of the way, and it was quite obvious that he was backing us in all the times. So that was a time when I felt that as a true friend, he could at least uphold my friendship, and he did what he had committed. So that was a time when, these are some change times where where your nature, where your thinking, your level of faith, they find a sea change, they find a total transformed way. So I was quite happy that somehow, and Swami did it. So I was quite happy, and till date I'm happy that he could make us stand wherever we are standing and establish in our professional field, as well as in the way we are serving our families. And the last incident, or which I would like to say, it was quite near to my heart, because in year 2010 I had completed my BCom honors, and after our completion of BCom honors, I decided to stay at Parthi itself to you know to study for the competitive exam at the Swami Institute for MBA. So I was quite sure that I informed my parents that I'm not coming home this time. I'll be staying there with two or three students more. We'll be attending bhajans and we'll be studying daily, regularly, and that way. So when I actually we stayed for almost 2 months there in Swami's, I mean the Partis, the main main darshan hall, and we daily went for bhajans there. So there, what had happened, while I had given exam for MBA, while I had given exam for MBA. So once the exams were over and results were to come in next 2 days, and I just had booked my I had not booked my ticket because obviously results were awaited. So once result, I was just having darshan. So this 1 week was quite a significance for me. So this 1 week, what happened? Even though I'm sitting in fifth or sixth line, and when Swami is passing by, because as I said, I keep have a connect or talk with Swami within me. So if I utter out within my heart that Swami, please take letter, I want to express my love to you. Even though I'm sitting at sixth line or seventh line in the main Veda group, in the main hall in front of the stage, in front of the that platform. So even though I'm in sixth or seventh line, he'll call me from wherever he's seeing. So as he has already passed by me and I'm sitting in sixth or seventh line, he just looked behind and did like this. No one knew about who is being called, but I knew he's connected with me, so might be he's calling me. Suddenly, the boy, just who is pulling Swami's chair, he just said, he's calling you. I said, sure. He said, please come. So I just gave and gave my letter and came back, and obviously felt awesome that Swami called me, even though I was not sitting front or not able to approach him easily. So, and the unusual thing what happened next 3 days. So it that he used to look at my letter all throughout darshan time. So even though I have just written I love you Swami, nothing else. He was looking at my letter all through darshan time. It might be 2 hours or 3 hours, and people are, the other students are agitated. What have you written in the letter? He's looking into letter only. I said nothing technical, is only one line which I mentioned. So that was quite a astonishing thing for me. So after these 3 days have passed by, our results were announced. As results were announced, I got to know I'm not getting MBA because I had not done up to the mark or to the cutoff level, or whichever way I can portray. So I was obviously sad within that. Only now when I have to leave Parthi. So that was the just one and kind of 3-4 days. Post 3-4 days, I have to leave Parthi because my parents had called me. Please come home, and if it's not happening, so we'll try out here for some courses or some institutes further. So as I was very sad, so I just with a heavy heart, I got my tickets booked, of which was post 4 days. So these 4 days I had planned the same night. When I got to know I'm not getting MBA, that I will be investing all the time with into Swami, and I'll be attending Supravatam and this and all kind of schedule Nagar Sankirtan, and I'll really pick the largest amount of joy or largest amount of spirituality what I can in those 4 days. And obviously, as we know that Swami has his own ways to pick the pick the connect with us. So to my really the to me the shocking news came that, Mohit, you're getting fever tonight, and the reason behind it is that you are having measles. So you'll be staying in a different room, in a different section where generally no one is staying. So you will be made to stay there, and your food will be provided there only. So you are not allowed to go for darshan or around anymore until you are doing great. And what was obviously the obvious result was I really started crying, because obviously we try to avoid discussion about that I have not cleared MBA, and such a small, you can say, not failure, but could not clear it up. So that was our success that time. So I really cried to myself that I had just 4 days, and even this is now going to be invested in treating this ailment. So I literally went to the room as I was instructed by Babu sir, and I was just made to stay in a separate room in S1 block in ashram. So Kundan was used to be our dispensary boy, and he was one of the obviously the batchmate. So he used to come daily. He used to caress me that don't worry, things will be quite well. Please have the food, and don't worry, Swami has his own ways. He'll give you darshan sometime when it's apt. So daily I'm actually thinking what to do. I don't have time, how to get better and something. So what I did, whole day I actually cried and I was very sad. So when I was like furious that why this happening, I just took 2 spoons of vibhuti in a glass and drank it. I said, don't know, you just take care, I'm totally dejected. So I just drank it and slept. That night I guess I did not have dinner also. So Kundan kept knocking at the door, but he went back. I did not have my dinner. So now we have 3 more days to. So on the last third day, when Kundan again came, I again in the morning had taken vibhuti water without even updating him, informing him. So I just drank it, and he gave me food. I just drank in the afternoon also, not 2 spoon, but 1 spoon. It was like if you can do something, please do through this, that way of surrendering. So in the third day, what had happened, as you know, when you're made to stay separately, you're not allowed to go to any, shopping mall. You're not allowed to go to eating outside or something, or you're not allowed to go to even small, taking care of small things, whether you have dresses or not available for darshan or something. So I was quite dejected that time that what's happening. So to my surprise, Kundan just noticed one thing. Mohit, I guess your measles are now gone. It was this is I'm talking about the third day, and tomorrow night I'll have to leave. Tomorrow night we have midnight train, Karnataka Express. So I'll have to leave tomorrow night, next night. So today Kundan said that, Mohit, you're looking fine. Do you have fever? I said no, from yesterday I don't have fever. So he just took me to Babu sir whether he's fine. He said, yeah, measles are gone, it's all okay. Now go get yourself freshen up and be ready for darshan. So I said, sure, I'll just confirm with our warden, sir. So he just confirmed, and I got a green signal. So you can go for darshan. And because, if nothing is there, at least one darshan for me will be a very kind of bless and the best of the blessings. So I just went downstairs and got ready. I just saw I have my uniform. I was getting ready. Suddenly there is a boy who came in and he said that, we get a chance to and one student will be getting a chance either to offer rose to Swami or offer aarti. So he asked me, Mohit, what do you want? He just got a list that please, I'm calling out the name, and person who is going to offer aarti or rose, they have to be ready right now. I was there, and 3 more people were there, Kundan, Sai Venkatesh, and these were just, they were talking to me, Mohit, you're well, okay, you're now better, so please get ready, we'll go for darshan today. So as I was dejected due to the exam, I could not succeed, as well as my 3 days have gone in loneliness, and I could not meet Swami. So he just called out first 10 names, and there was no one in the room. So obviously they were seeing they might have gone to meet parents or somewhere, but those 10 names, those 10 boys were not in the room. So immediately I just told, Venkatesh, can I go? He said, now you're better. I said, yeah, it's so it's all better now, and I've got a green signal from Babu sir as well, so I can go. I can go for the darshan. I can offer rose or arti also. So he said, Mohit, but others' name? I said, no one is available. So what are you going to do? He said, when you have to go to Delhi? I said, tomorrow. So then you can go. Please go today and do the darshan. The same night I had to leave. So, but I had a issue. I had faced an issue that I was not having new dress because I wanted to go to Swami. That was the last darshan, and I had to come back to Delhi. So that was a kind of farewell, which I wanted to, bid a bye to goodbye to Swami, that I will be coming later, but now I have to leave the institution. So literally what had happened, two friends of mine, they just came to me that, Mohit, this is a new dress. Please go and get it blessed. You wear it and go and get it blessed. So I was like, even though I could not move because shopping mall gets opened in the evening, there's a time, basic time to go and shop. So they just provided me. In a half an hour, I just got ready and went there. And in the arti, in the while I was offering rose to Swami, Swami he just blessed me, and he asked me, how are you? I said, I'm good, Swamiji. And Swami, I was just trying to say I could not clear MBA. Swami, MBA clear नहीं हो पाया. Immediately Swami said that घर जाओ, पापा की सेवा करो. Means go home and serve your father. I could not connect the things then. So later when I came back to Delhi, and after a few months, it was 7 or 8 months when we stayed here, that I lost my father because he had passed away due to the brain hemorrhage attack. So that day in March 2011, I realized that why I was sent early. Because if I had done MBA, I would have been there itself, and only summer vacation I could have come. So that was the eye-opening incident, that he knows when and what to give and at what time to give. So that was quite. These are the incidents which actually, where was I was actually being tested, and he stayed with me, establishing my faith, and I thank him each moment, and I pray that everyone finds a good friend in him, and he is the true friend. So he is the Bhaksaka for us. So with these words, I would like to just dedicate my. I mean, even he's the. I mean, right now he's a speaker through me. So I would like to thanks to the team, and would pray and would request the team that the effort should go on. And thanks for making me relive these moments. And thanks for your patient listening. Sarah, once again.